Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. What's up, Instagram? Good morning, YouTube. This is your host, Mr. James Roberts, and welcome to another news edition of the TrapN podcast. Once again, man, I want to say it is Driver Appreciation Week, and that's what we're focusing on this week is Driver Appreciation Week. If you're new to the podcast, just let me review real quick what the podcast is about and why we started this podcast. We started the podcast because I wanted to give truckers a voice from behind the wheel and then kind of bridge the gap between dispatcher, broker, and shipper and give everybody an understanding of what the other one deals with on a daily basis. So that's basically why, I started the podcast, because it was important to me, because I sometimes I felt like as a driver when I was on the road, you feel like, man, they don't know what I'm going through. I'm at home, they in the bed, but I also didn't have the insight that I had from their perspective. So I decided to start this podcast and get all sides of the story, which means that I interview truckers, I interview dispatchers, I interview shippers, I interview brokers. My wife is a part of a wonderful team of women that decided to become mentors in this transportation industry, ladies of logistics. And it's a good thing just to kind of touch bases with people around the world and build a web in what we like to call a trap, and hence the word freight trapping. So we're freight trapping. We're building a web to where if I got a driver in New York or in Florida, and I have a connection in Florida or wherever, we can hook up with them. And if I can't find a load, they will help us to find a load or give us a little bit of insight. Which, if you're a broker, or if you're if you're a broker or anything like that, you can basically reach out and touch over the road and just basically just kind of network with each other. And this is what it's all about, because we big on relationships, right? Building relationships and all of that kind of stuff within the industry. And I seen a post by one of the guys I follow on YouTube, and he was talking about beginner drivers pay. And the thing about a beginner, you have to understand that in life there's levels to everything. There's levels to everything. And so I want to touch on that a little bit this morning. But most of all, like I said, I want to appreciate each and every driver that take the time out, that sacrifices time away from home, that sacrifices social life, that sacrifices a little bit of everything each and every day to kind of get the goods and the commodities to the shippers and over to us, even to me as a truck driver. Another truck driver, you know what I'm saying, provides stuff that I need. If I buy it off of Amazon, if I buy it from Nike, if I go to the grocery store, if I go to the Galleria Mall or anywhere about clothes or whatever, a trucker has to get that commodity to the retailer, whether it's the last mile or the first 15 miles or the second 1,300 miles. A trucker has to get that. What we call, you have to bump a dock with it, and mean that you have to bump a dock and they have to get it off, and everything has to flow. And also, we have our 18-year consulting firm. We have Roberts Transportation and Logistics Academy, where the basis of that is my wife. She started that academy, and she teaches you how to dispatch. She's adding things every day. Every day, God is showing her, what other training we can add. We do CDL training. We do CDL Consulting, which is the 18 Gear Consulting Company. That's a parent company under the banner of Roberts Transportation and Logistics Academy. We help trucking trucking companies, and even some companies that ask us to come in and help them with their safety manual, or help them with some training. We do everything trucking, everything transportation, even shippers. If they ask us, hey man, can you come in and give us a brief description of the life of a carrier, and we even do that. So it's a multitude of things that we do with the academy. It's a multitude of things we do. But like I said, man, I just want to appreciate the drivers who take the time out, that sacrifice their time to move products around this world and around this country. Next thing I want to say is, man, I wasn't able to do the morning get up yesterday because of the fact that I got a chance to stretch my legs. I'm a city driver now, but I got a chance to stretch my legs because, as you know, down here in Houston, we had a tropical storm upgraded to a level 1 hurricane. And so for me, I was over the road, man. I've driven through blizzards. I've driven through ice. I've driven through snow. I've driven through hail. I even think I may have had a little taste of driving through a little bit of a tornado, just a little bit. Not the eye, but, it was at night, but, you really couldn't tell. But I had to just, as a driver, when you hit that kind of weather, man, you slow it down, but you got to keep moving. Because if you stop and you decide, okay, I'm going to pull over right here on the side of the road, you can't do that. Things start to, people can't see you. People don't move like that. So if you're a new driver and you encounter that kind of weather, just slow down, but just keep moving. Keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving, keep moving. And at some point, at some area, it's going to let up just a little bit for you to say, okay, if I decide to get off, I can get off and go to a safe haven. But do not, as a new driver, please, if you encounter bad weather, slow down, but do not stop, because when you stop, you create a big mess. And also for some four-wheelers out there that don't understand, hey, don't stop in the middle of a highway because, you got some bad weather. Turn your windshield wipers on fast. Just keep moving, and then move to the slower lane. Just keep moving. If anybody's flying behind you and it's raining that bad, they're out of pocket. But you'll still have people that's moving. Trucks are still moving because the tires are built for bad weather. They're not built for good weather. The insulation is built for good weather and heat, but the traction on those tires they were manufactured to handle bad weather. So at the end of the day, that pushes the water away, that pushes the ice away. That's why drivers keep moving, because if we stop and another truck, because those trailer lights are not as bright as you think. You know what I'm saying? You may be able to see a little bit of the red on the trailer in a blizzard, or a little bit of the red in a heavy downpour. But if you keep moving and he decides, I see him. If you're steady moving, that gives him time to kind of ease on his brakes, because he can't stab his brakes. If he stab his brakes, he's going to jackknife. And if you've stopped in the middle of the road, barring that your truck, just broke down, but if you stop and just stop moving because, I can't see, let me stop. No, that's unsafe. Just keep moving. Get over. Just keep moving. Just not at a fast pace. You can slow it down. Just keep moving, and you'll realize that if you keep moving, you can see better when you keep moving versus when you stop. If you stop, it's just like somebody pouring water on you, or just pouring ice and hail on you, or whatever it is you're going through. So just keep moving just a little bit. Just keep slowly moving. You ain't gotta go fast. Anytime inclement weather come, you always supposed to slow it down. If it's 75 or 80 or 60 miles an hour, man, slow it down to 50, slow it down to 40. Take care of yourself, but most of all, like I said, keep moving. Keep your tires rolling. Keep your tires spinning. So that's just a little pointer for driving in inclement weather, man. And like I said, I just want to say, hey, man, drivers, we appreciate you. Loves, Pilot, uh, Flying J, the TA, they have things going on. If you're a trucking company and you have more than one driver, if you have one driver under you, I say, man, do something. I mean, shoot the guy $20 and say, hey, man, go buy lunch on me. Or shoot him $10 a day and say, hey, man, go have lunch on me. Go have breakfast on me, man. I appreciate you. It doesn't matter how many drivers you have, man, as an owner operator. And this is from me, from 18 Gear Consulting, just giving you some pointers on how to keep morale in your company. Let me tell you something. When a driver feels appreciated, he won't go nowhere. He may have aspiration to own his own truck, but while he's trying to figure that out, guess what? He gonna be moving for you, because that's a relationship between you and him that even when he gets his own truck, he'll still be able to have you as a relationship. Man, his career begin with you, or his ownership begin with you. So why would I don't mind a green screen. So why would I just decide to, you know, why would I just decide to end a relationship with somebody who's giving me a chance, and I've worked with them and we've worked with each other and we've been shaking and moving together. Why would I risk break ties with that with that why would I sever that relationship when you've helped me, I've helped you, we've worked together, we've made money together, we've went through the pitfalls, I've learned what to do and not to do, I've learned how to deal with a breakdown on the road, I've learned how to deal with a hostile customer, I've learned how to deal with a unruly shipper, I've learned how to deal with somebody who just don't have any understanding. I've learned how to do all of these things together with you, or under your authority. So why would I break that relationship with you? I wouldn't do it. See, you got to think beyond. See, life is about playing chess, not checkers. You got to think 2 or 3 steps ahead. Same thing with trucking. Even when you're sitting there getting unloaded or getting loaded, or you're sitting at home and you're saying, okay, I got to put this load, I got to pick this load here up, I got to take it this place. You're still thinking 2 or 3 steps ahead. What I'm going to do is Monday, but what I'm going to do Wednesday and Thursday on how to get more freight, how to trap this freight, and so I can make the money that I want to make for the week. That's the way it go, man. That's the way it go. And so life is about relationships. Basically, life is about relationships. And trucking is no different. Trucking is my life. Trucking is what I do. Transportation is what I do. So at the end of the day, you build relationships. You learn how to become a customer service agent, a representative of a brand, a representative of your brand, a representative of being just someone who's efficient and who you can talk to and communicate with, and he understands the intricate details of trying to get a load here and there, and understanding what it takes to even get a load. It takes a lot of talking. It takes a lot of just being mannerable to get a load. Coming off of these load boards, don't nobody know you. You pulling the load off a load board, don't nobody know you. So that's why it's so important for us to know one another. That's why it's important for us to know one another. I don't trip with no trucker. I get to know truckers when I'm on the road. Now when I'm driving, oh man, some of these truckers, bro, they bad, bro. Like I said, I stretched my legs out yesterday, and bro, I just I just realized how bad truckers are when you're on that highway, bro. I forgot how bad it is because truckers. I'm gonna say this here: if your truck is governed at 65 and you pull up behind a trucker, okay, you want to go around him, boom, you put your foot in it to pass him. If you haven't gotten past that guy within, I'm gonna say, 100 yards. If you haven't passed him in 100 yards, you're not, because you governed at 65 and you can't go no faster than that. All you doing is building up traffic behind you. Hit your brakes, get back behind him, and just slow it down. Because eventually something's going to happen to where he's going to get off, do something or whatever, or he's going to just speed up. But then you have those guys when you are governed at 65, you know what I'm saying? They run up on you, then pass you, then get in front of you. And because they run more than 65, they run in front of you and run 70. What you do that for? Now you're taking up my 6 second space. See, that's part of the Smith system. You have a 6 to 8 second space you need to leave between you and the next vehicle, whether it's a car or a truck, because of the weight that you carry. So every time you find that comfortable space that's 4 to 8 seconds, 6 seconds in between you and the next vehicle, what happens? Somebody fills that space, and that continuously slows you down. So if you pass me up and you want to get to where you're going, don't get in front of me and go 70. Get in front of me and get on down the highway. Get out the way. Get out the way. And then some drivers just do it just because they want to be a-holes. You know what I'm saying? They want to be, oh, then he'll run slow. I mean, I've said it before. I just said it, but I be like, man, this dude here running slow. You get in front of me, slow down. Why you get in front of me and slow down? You passed me up because you was trying to get somewhere. Why you get in front of me and slow down? That's crazy. But anyway, like I said, man, appreciate your drivers, man. Man, give them something. I mean, buy them breakfast, buy them lunch, buy them dinner, give them a branded T-shirt, a hat from the company they work for. I know Calhoun Global Logistics, he always, giving his drivers, shirts and all of that. It's a brand. It's a brand. So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? That's what you have to do, man. Appreciate the drivers, man. Appreciate the truckers today, bro. And make relationships, man. Go over to the YouTube page. It's the Freight TrapN podcast on YouTube page, man. Go like, subscribe, watch some of the older videos. And the next thing is just go over to the I also got a Freight TrapN podcast Instagram. Go like that. Go like the Freight TrapN apparel page. We got the website up. We got merchandise going on and everything. We good. We got an interview coming up Sunday with Mr. Stephen Butler. It's going to be, this kicking off the season 2. Hey, man, I look forward to talking to him. I look forward to just kicking it with him, just seeing where, like I say, this podcast is all about, getting the energy up. But let me say this here real quick, and I know it's kind of off kilter, but it's still life, man. And this my opinion, and I have a right to my opinion. I have a son, and he's 3, and I grew up around men. I had men around me, even though my family is full of women. But I had men around me, even though my dad wasn't there. I had men around me to show me how to be a man, show me how to change a tire, show me how to pump gas, show me how to change oil, show me how to be mechanical with my hands, right? And we're in a day and age, man, where men can't be men. Men can't be men. Everything has changed to if you're a man and you stand up like a man and you stick your chest out like a man, I'm gonna be a man each and every day. And I know people say, why you say you gotta be a man? Because you gotta say that nowadays because look at all of these athletes. Russell Westbrook. Bruh, I don't care how much fashion you got in you. My son would never look at that and say, Dad, I want to be like that. Nah. We men around here, we don't wear dresses. And that's my opinion. He can do what he want to do. But see, that's why I'm glad God allowed me to have a son at the age I'm at because now I can be who I need to be to him and I can guide him the way I need him to be guided. See, ain't no athlete, ain't no celebrity, ain't no rapper, and ain't nobody else gonna be able to say that's my hero. My son look up to me right now. And I hope and pray that the village I have around him of men and women, that the village that I have around him right now, if something was to happen to me and God says, you know what I'm saying, your time is done, come on home and live, hopefully they continue what they know I want him to be. So it doesn't matter if he's going to be an outcast because of the fact that, you know what I'm saying, he don't approve of a man wearing women's clothing. Or he don't approve of a man walking around taking on, you know, female traits or traits that are not of a man. I'm going to take that back because ain't no female traits. Doing things that are not a man like. So that's my opinion. I have a right to my opinion. And the thing is that I just, you know, I look at it and I'm happy I have a son. But then again, I look at it again, I'm saying, man, it's hard to raise a real man in this day and age. It's hard, man, but we got to. I don't speak on a lot. This ain't no social podcast, and I don't speak on rap and all of that. I speak a little sports. But when something happens that affects the way I raise my child, possibly, because you're not with your child 24/7, especially when they turn 13, 14, 15, 16 years old, they begin to, you know, be filtered in with what they want you to see. And so I'm just not with it. I don't care. And people start saying stuff like, oh, well, what about the guys that wear kilts and this and that? What? We're not Irish. We wasn't raised up on wearing kilts. That's a part of their culture. See, that's the thing. That's what's wrong with us. When we want to have our opinions verified, we try to go grab other things that don't even belong in the context of what we're talking about. You go wear a kilt over there in Ireland and watch how they look at you. They're gonna tell you to take that off because you're not of the culture. It's a reason why they wear kilts. Tell me the reason why a man gonna be walking around here in a dress. And I don't care if you for real, Kid Cudi. I don't care if you're LeBron James. I don't care who you are. I tell you to your face, bro, you wrong. Don't holler at me about that. Don't holler at me about that. But my opinion ain't nothing because I got maybe 300 followers on podcast on my podcast. I'm not tripping, but like I said, this is not that type of podcast. But when stuff happens and it affects how we live, and it's going to affect how we live because our sons, they grow up, they want to be ball players. They want to because I don't care how much money you got. They want to be ball players either for the fame, the money, or to help their family get out of a bad situation. So at the end of the day, they are uh they are what these young kids, these young boys, these young girls are looking up to. And the way I'm raising my son, when they see him, they gonna see a little boy. Then they gonna see an adolescent boy. Then they gonna see a young man. And then they gonna see a mature man. I'm trying my best to raise him in that manner, the way God told us to raise our kids, our children. Now he wasn't assigned a gender. God gave him a gender when he made him a boy. And that's bottom line, plain and simple. Ain't no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Ain't no way around it. None of that. I ain't speaking on nothing. I ain't talking about nothing. I'm just talking about what I'm talking about. It is what it is. My opinion. And that's all it is an opinion. Man, I done got way off track. I was going to talk about this crash, but I mean, because at the end of the day, they say, why is there so much shortage in trucking, man? Because they won't allow us to raise these young boys to follow in our footsteps. They want you to go to college and get a bunch of debt. Education is good. We need it. Don't get it twisted. We need education. Because even in trucking, you got to know what you're dealing with. You got to know the rules. You got to know the regulations. You got to know how to maneuver. You got to know. You got to educate yourself in whatever field it is. But guess what? Ain't nothing like having a trade under your belt. Ain't nothing like knowing, man, my daddy was a truck driver, but guess what? When I get out of class, guess what I go do? I go preload for him. Bruh, I'm telling you, man, having a trade under your belt along with you having an opportunity to go to college and get a business degree or go into engineering, whatever it is you're going into, yes, it's wonderful, it's good. But at the end of the day, bro, let me tell you something, man. I'm trying to raise a man, and ain't no football player, ain't no basketball player, ain't no track star, ain't no baseball star. If you want to wear a dress, that's on you. But my son ain't gonna say I want to be like him because he got a man in his life. He got a man, and I'm old school. I was raised by old school men. And I don't mean to offend nobody. I'm just talking about what I'm talking about. This is a trucking podcast, but sometimes, it's life. I also deal with life. Trucking is my life. So in order for me to live, trucking is a part of that, and my life is a part of trucking. And this is a part of trucking. If you're going to put it out there, man, I don't care about no fashion week. I don't care about none of that. I'm going to call my partner. He a male in the fashion industry, and I'm going to see, hey, man, are you going to be on the runway with a dress? He going to tell me, hell no. Tell me about no. Man, look here, bro. I mean, I'm probably as real as they come when it come down, or as passionate as they come when it come down to men being men in their son's life. And don't let nobody tell you that you being toxic, or you being uncompromising. I ain't compromising when it come to my son, bruh. I ain't compromising when it come to my son. And that's on everything I love. I'm not compromising when it come to my son. I almost feel like I understand what Oprah Winfrey was doing on that movie Beloved, when those slavers, they came to get her babies because she had escaped. And so guess what? We don't want you no more. We want your offspring, because now we're going to get 30, 40 years out of your offspring. And she said, no, you ain't. And she cut their throat. And then only reason why they thought that she had cut all the baby's throat was because one of the babies was laying on the ground and wasn't saying nothing and had blood all over him. But the other baby, she had cut her throat. She didn't want her babies in that bull. She didn't want her babies to be. I understand that part of the movie. I ain't gonna kill my son. But guess what? I'm not gonna let y'all tell him what he need to be, or what he need to conform to, or what he should accept, because, this is what society wants you to be, and society want. Nah, bruh. Your daddy say no. You love daddy? You believe in what daddy do? You see what daddy get up and go do every day? You see what daddy providing for you? So guess who you gonna follow? Daddy. And I'll never sit up here and say that I accept that. If my nephew come in my house with a dress, guess what? Man, get your ass out of here. You're not coming in my house with no dress on. I don't care if you say, bro, is this the fashion, man? You better go put something else on. You're not coming in here with no dress on. My nephew won't be caught dead with a dress no way. Because that's the first boy I raised. That's the first man I raised. He gonna let you live your life, and he gonna let you do your thing. I'm not saying you gay because you wearing a dress. I'm saying I don't approve of it. I'm not saying nobody's gay because they wear a dress. You can do what you want to do, but I don't approve of it. And I don't rock with dudes who wear dresses. I don't, bro. What I look like? I don't. I'm talking man talk now. And this how we talk at the truck stop when we sitting down and we doing our little old break. Somebody will say, hey man, what y'all think about Westbrook wearing that dress? And here we go. Boom. I'm bringing it out to the camera. What we talk about. And I'm just talking about what I'm talking about. Say, man, appreciate y'all getting in, tapping in with me. What up, bro? What up, Rico? Yeah. What's up, Rico? I see you, baby, man. Thank you for tapping in, man. I'm just up here, doing my little old thing real quick before I have to go and then do the thing at work. I see you, baby. That's on the one. Appreciate you. I hope you went over to the YouTube page and subscribed and liked some of the videos. Yeah, man. Appreciate you. Say, man, I'm finna get off of Instagram. I'm finna get off of here. Get ready for work, man. You guys be safe. Hey, man. Men, hold it tight, baby. Hold it right, man. Teach your sons the way it's supposed to be, man. You dig where I'm coming from? And don't let nobody tell you different. Say, man, this has been the Freight TrapN Podcast. I'm going to sign off with Instagram, man. Y'all be safe. So, yeah. I mean, man, this just the talk that we have, like I said, on our break at the truck stops. And this is a transportation podcast, trucking podcast. But like I said, I'm going to bring you every 360 degrees of what truckers go through on the daily. on the daily. We be on the CBs talking about stuff like this. Boy, if they made a TV show, I mean, I'm talking about how truckers, what truckers really go through. No cut, no edit, no nothing. Just go live like this on the CB, bro. You would be surprised. And I'm still gonna work on getting the CB in here. I promise you, that's my next thing. You know what? That's what I should have did. You know, I'm gonna sell that. I'm gonna sell that ATM Mini. I ain't worried about it. Guess what, bro? That's what I'm finna do. I'm finna get a CB set up in this joint, and I'm gonna let y'all hear how we talk on the CB. Some of it go too far when it come down. Oh man, meet me at the truck stop and all that. I turn it off then, cause you done went too far. But then most of the CBs when we rolling down the road, bro. Hey man, did y'all see Westbrook in that, bro? Man, then they go too far. Yeah, this it. Hey, bro, you done went too far, man. Get off the mic, man. You ain't got to do all that. We just talking about something. And see, the thing about the CB, you can't cut off one dude. The whole channel is just, unless y'all running back to back, and he said, man, get on 18 or get on 16 or get on 15, we going to talk on the CB. But see, you can't hardly talk on the CB no more because they call that distracted driving, right? So, but I'm still going to try to get that CB in here, man. So, because I said I'm giving y'all the whole 360 degrees of trucking. I can't do that without a CB. So, I'm going to go get a CB. I'm serious. I'm going to go get a CB. And I'm going to find a way to hook it up in here. Everybody can be a part of trucking. Everybody needs that trade. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you identify as. I don't care what you live your life, how you live your life. Everybody needs. If you want to be a part of this trucking game, we going to give it to you. We going to give it to you. But I know how to compartmentalize being a trucker, then getting out of the truck and living life, being a part of society. I know how to do that. I know how to do that. And I have nothing against nobody. Live your life to the best of your ability, how you think you want to live your life, or how you think God told you to live your life. Or if you don't believe in God, live it the way you think you need to live your life. But if you want to be a part of this trucking game, you want to be a part of this transportation industry, I will give it to you. No holds barred. I'll guide you. I'll help you become, get to that next level in trucking, whatever that next level is. I'll help you. We will help you. Roberts Transportation and Logistics Academy will help you get there. I just talked a little life, man, a little life lessons, and I wasn't talking about nobody being none of that. I just voiced my opinion on men wearing dresses. And understand what I just said? I said men. Because they're still men. They identify as men. I just don't approve of men wearing dresses. I don't. It's just not in me. It's not in me to say, cool, I accept that. I'm going to let my son accept that. That'll never fly with me. That'll never fly with me. And that it just weighed on me, bro. It just weighed on me. I'm talking about it weighed on me. It was on my mind. I had to get it off my chest. So, hey, man, you guys be safe. Be careful. Keep that left door closed and get back home the way you can. The way you left. I have been Mr. James Roberts, and it has been the Freight TrapN Podcast. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful, and productive day.